The Shure Move Mic 2 receiver kit was used during the filming of this episode.
I remember at 6 Outlet, I told you, I had to close. All this thing happened, so it wasn't just as if it's all rosy all the way.
They closed. Why did they close?
I blame it on the recession.
Okay.
But bottom line is that I got no business experience. I only have a passion for music.
Right.
How to put bands together,
Right.
you know.
Same. You don't have passion.
You didn't do. You mean that back then you didn't know what COF, COG, and all was all about?
No, where got such thing? I
Cost
don't even know how to balance my books. I don't even know how to read the balance sheet.
Holy shit!
Holy shit.
Before we begin the show, here is an important announcement. For 100 years, Shure has set the standard for professional audio. Designed to outlast and outperform, Shure products help you deliver your message with confidence. Trust in Shure. You can be sure with Shure. Shop the Shure Shop Singapore now. Visit the link on screen and use the promo code AFC Henson to get limited Shure merchandise with your purchases. Now, let's start the show.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Chris Henson Conversation. It is season 6. And guess what? Look around me. Look behind me. Look all around the environment. I am not in studio. We are not in CCB TV studio today. For the very, very first time on our season premiere for season 6, we're actually having an off-studio, on-location shoot. And thank you to the good people from Shure and the good people from E&E Private Limited, because if not for you guys, we would have never been able to have left the studio. Today, we're out in the sunshine. We're out in a great place. We are located right here in Mel's Place Bar and Restaurant in the heart of Katong. And I would like to say thank you very much to Mel's Place for allowing us to have our first shoot here outdoors on location. Thank you. You will see who I've said thank you to very soon. Okay. Today, what are we going to be talking about? We've got for our season premiere, and it's called That One with a Nightlife King and the Bar Boss. Basically, I have with me the Oracle, the Sage of Singapore's nightlife, the King of the mega clubs, Mr. Dennis Foo. Hey, Dennis, thank you very much. Good to have you back on my show. And we also have the little chili party, the newbie. Kinda. It's a compliment. The newbie, the short hot stuff.
Okay.
The chief kahuna for Mel's Place Bar and Restaurant, Rosalind Brown. We call her Rosy. Hi, Rosy. Thanks for being here.
Hi.
And
Thank you.
for letting us be here at Mel's Place.
Most welcome.
And you know what we'll be talking about today? Today we'll be having this chit chat about, I'm going to say it, Dennis. I will say it. The demise of nightlife in Singapore. Is there? Agree or disagree?
Agree. Very much.
Rosy says agree.
I don't disagree.
You do.
I think that is a softer way of putting it.
Nice one. You and we had a chat before we went on camera, and I kind of like what you mentioned. How we should be looking at how we should be dealing with all this, with how dead Singapore's nightlife is and how we can actually do something about it. And I think one of the best ways is, yes, some people might think otherwise, but I say, fuck that, reflect to the past. And when I look at you, man, I think my teen years, I think my youth, I think the great times I had in all the Europa lounges and bars and clubs, man. People of my generation, there's not a single one I know has never stepped foot into anywhere that's not Europa. Everyone's been to Europa. Everybody. There's no way. And you started Europa, as I remember, as a coffee shop. Or your dad started it as a coffee shop.
Yes, it was a lounge and
In
restaurant.
Changi. Right. And you turned it into a live music spot. Now, back then, it was the late 70s, early 80s?
That was 1980 itself.
1980. The toughest rule or permit you had to bring, you have to attain to at least get in live music and sell booze. How did you manage to get through the red tape at that time?
Okay, those days, we're talking about late 70s and 80. And at that time, I remember most of the lounges live music venue were in hotels,
Right.
lobby lounges.
Okay.
And there were only two
Mm-hmm.
outside of hotel. One is Hayden Place, only two, in late 70s, early 80s. And one is in Orchard Tower, Hayden Place.
Right.
The other one is in Siglap, Beer Keller. There were only these two venues outside of hotel that has live music. Yeah, I mean, based on my memory.
Right.
And it's almost impossible to get a license outside hotel if you are just a private operator.
Right. Okay. That's one.
And then, it's actually a HDB premise.
Okay.
So even private premise is so difficult. A HDB premise is like impossible.
Right.
And at that time, it was like I remember when my father opened it on the grand opening night. He wanted a live band, so he spoke to me. Can we organize it? I said, "Wow, we've never done this thing before." But anyway, I make an attempt. I got one night's license. And we had a great night, grand opening lah. So over time, many of my customers, especially the commandos, wanted, hey, why not we have a live entertainment? They'll be very nice and all this. And actually, it's for me, I know it's far-fetched and it's not possible. But anyway, I attempted. So when one Christmas came, I said, hey, why not? Christmas is an occasion. We try in Christmas. So I wrote in and asked for a week's license. Actually, it's 8 days lah. Christmas Eve and New Year's Day. So you will count the week with 8 days. So I managed to get 8 days license. I was so happy, and then we had a great time. And everybody was, having great fun. And it was a special moment for Europa.
Did you think at that time? I mean, we hear it all the time, right? We have people say, hey, why do you go do this? Why do you go do that? And a lot of bar owners and club owners would just go, no, forget it, won't happen, cannot get one. We hear that story all the time. But you decided to write in to get it done. I mean, did you think that,
The reason is few words. Nothing to lose. Right lah. So I tried, and then they agreed.
How difficult was that? Well, it didn't. It sounded as if it was so easy.
No, it wasn't easy.
So
how did it? Because I had a record on the grand opening. Because on the grand opening, you ask for one night's license, they don't give you. It's not easy for them not to give lah. It's the occasion.
Right.
The once in a lifetime grand opening.
Yeah.
But because of that occasion, I have a record there. That I have already got one night approved, and there was no incidents or anything. That's the record.
Mm-hmm.
So when Christmas came, I tried this, so they saw a record. It's not easy, but it's the way you write the letter lah.
If you compare that at time, 1980, writing in, I mean, Rosy's a young entrepreneur in the, in this sector.
Everything manual.
Yeah.
Everything manual.
I can imagine. But, we've not, Rosy is here, and the reason why she's here, because it's great that she says she can ask you questions as well. You are an old hand at this game. You are the sage of the business. And she is going through what's happening today. Mm-hmm. And we're trying to pull some relevance for what happened before and how things are like right now, right? And if we're looking at how difficult it was back then, do you think it is equally difficult today, or is it easier in your mind?
It's not as difficult today as yesterday.
Would you agree, Rosy?
Disagree.
Okay, I will maybe try to substantiate what I said.
Okay.
So, the thing is, then I continue my story. Then Chinese New Year came.
Yeah.
I applied. I said, Christmas, you approve. Chinese New Year, you must approve lah, because it's two different segments of the communities. So it's hard for them to say no. You have already approved Christmas. And I got Chinese New Year license.
Mm-hmm.
And duration shorter, but still a license over a big weekend. Okay?
Yeah.
Then when Hari Raya came, I did the same. I got it.
Why?
Why? This is one segment of the community celebrating, you agree. Another segment, you don't disagree. And the third one, you can't say that.
Okay, this is for life. This is for life use.
And then Deepavali came, I do the same thing. And that covered one whole year.
Yeah.
And I went 2 cycles. That means I went 2 years.
Okay.
After the 2-year cycle, the lady, I've said this before, 4 decades ago, the lady at the public entertainment licensing unit,
Right.
I still remember her name. Her name is Ng Lei Chin. She saw me so often, she got tired of seeing my face. She said, okay lah, I give you 1 year. That was the day that made my day and my life. You know? So in fact, I remember when she retired and she visited me. I was so happy. So those were the days when the system so rigid, but it is not as if you can't find your way. You find your way and you're lucky, and you have good reason to support your cause or application.
Right.
Then their consideration.
So how are you going to substantiate about the level of difficulty that bar owners like Rosy faces today?
Oh, it's completely 2 different sets for them. Then is the licensing issue.
Yes.
Basically, to start was an issue.
Okay.
But today, to start may not be a lesser issue. Maybe a lesser issue. But to sustain is a bigger issue. If I'm, because since the industry developed from the 70s and the 80s, years gone, then there are multiple issues. I remember there was a senior police officer back in the 80s when one night he visited me, and then because there was some issue, then I explained to him. Then he actually said something I remember until today. So this is where people are stressed up, and then when down here they let their hair down and then they unwind. Well, this is a place for them to be stressed. So actually, there was you see why I say this is the effect is not always negative.
Mm-hmm.
And now today that non-negativity can be translated multifold.
Right.
If you look at it positively.
Right.
But where else there's I wouldn't say another segment of the community who resisted. I wouldn't use that expression. But because if they are impacted negatively, then some will react.
Right.
And today, everything is so open. With social media, complaints can be done in multiple ways. And when the authorities hear this, and they are compelled to act, that's why you face different problems.
Yes,
For
sure.
So this is one side. And then also, but the bigger picture today is that the government was able to see things in a bigger perspective. They are no more using a microscope, because when the industry is small. Today they can see the overall. So one of the things I used to say before the industry grew, actually the turning point was really, if I remember, was in the mid-80s.
Right.
There was a pivoting point.
Right.
I remember when I started Peppermint Park at the Parkway Parade.
Yeah.
That was before that there were already very, very good bars, especially in hotels. Like for example, you had Matthew performing at the Peacock Bar, you had Tanya performing at the Pebbles Bar in Forum Hotel.
Right.
You had Speedway, the Ion Bar in Apollo Hotel.
Right.
The action was
Pretty hot. Yeah. Okay.
but the number of performers in terms of established bands are not many. So hence, and then when we opened Peppermint Park, it was something very new. We got a designer from Disneyland. I still remember his name, Daniel Flannery. He was the one who created Pirates of the Caribbean in Disneyland.
Right.
So one of my partners actually studied in the States, connected with him, and brought him down to create Peppermint Park, an indoor venue with an outdoor feel.
Right.
And then that actually became an eye-opener, it was the first of its kind anywhere in the world, actually, for a nightclub. But however, the market wasn't big enough to sustain it.
Right.
But it sets the tone. And actually, we worked very close then. Tourism Board invited us. Singapore Tourism Board, those days was STBPB, Singapore Tourism and Promotion Board, invited us to take over the cultural theatre in Range Road, where Tourism Court is now.
Right.
So we built an Atlantis. That means the version is not indoor but look outdoor, but the version is you are indoor, but this is underwater, Atlantis.
Yeah, yeah.
And the same designer did it, but at double the price of the bar, you know. And then the recession came, but that actually kind of eye opener through STPB and into the bigger way of things where the government look at it. This can be complementary. This industry can be complementary to tourism.
Tourism is
That's why we were invited. So when you take the big picture and how you can contribute to the overall economy, then nightlife take a different platform.
right.
And then things start happening.
So you're saying that because of the evolution of nightlife in Singapore, and the government seeing the big picture that actually this is helpful for tourism,
Yes.
licensing became easier.
Licensing, there are certain parameters, but I want to share, fair enough, what you just said easier. Because I remember when I first started, you want to get a license, there's a form, reading manual, I say.
Right.
There are about 6 columns there. Each column, you go to one government agency to get stamp of no objection. Fire Bureau, at first I go to HDB, then Fire Bureau, then, yeah. So I got to get all the stamps. So it was a chore.
What challenges did you encounter? Did you encounter any challenges getting your entertainment license?
Okay, I've always had
Speak the truth and shame the devil. Yeah.
I've always had my license even before COVID.
Right.
So I took over only in 2019,
Okay.
and
She's a baby, Dennis. Yeah.
6 years.
2019 is a very, very turbulent time.
Yes, it was. It was shaky. But it was good. It was a good 4 months,
Yeah.
right? Then came COVID, which really hit me.
Timing,
Wow, I tell you, nobody knew, right?
Uh-huh.
That's gonna come. It was nobody knew, and there was then open close, 5 packs, 10 packs back then. You remember the distancing issue and all.
Oh yeah.
Luckily for us, we have space. So those smaller pubs and all.
Yeah.
If it's 2 packs, how many inside can you
It's called
fit?
a suck thumb situation at that time.
So it was really bad.
Yeah.
So she got a unique selling proposition. So she can space out tables.
Yeah. So for me, luckily I had space,
Yeah.
indoor as well as outdoor.
Right.
But the thing was, so we stopped live band. But back then it was just some acoustic live band whereby we didn't really garner many crowds. So it was Friday, Saturday, and not many came. Yeah. And then, so my husband wasn't really into live band when we reopened, you see. So it took me some time to convince him, because I know some band members. We are all like church friend, since way back, family friends and all. So I got him in. GNT was the first that played for me.
Yankee, okay.
Yeah.
Sean.
Sean DiMello,
Sean DiMello, yeah.
Roberto, Gavin,
Gavin,
and
yeah.
BJ. Yeah. So Roberto was the one, my church from way back.
Yeah, they're one of my favorite band. I watched them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So,
nice to hear.
yeah. So from then, I got Roberto in. I said, hey, can you help me? Give me sister price and all this. And then because I need to convince. I need to convince.
Roberto Carlos de Costa.
Okay.
So I need to convince the people, my team, that let me try it out. If it works, okay. If it doesn't work, we'll stop. I'll stop. Okay, right? So I tried out.
Did it work?
It did.
It worked.
First time, boom! I tell you.
So what was okay?
We're doing today.
Maybe just
Thank you.
maybe just rewind this a little bit. My question actually was about licensing as well. Let's go back to that for a bit before I move forward to what you've just said. Rosy, you said that you already had your license 2019,
Yes.
right? How was it for you when you went to apply for your license?
Oh, my license, actually, Mel Space already had the license way back.
So actually,
I didn't apply.
So you inherited the license,
Yeah, I inherited it.
right?
Yeah. So,
And the renewals for you have never been.
It bought over the company, so everything came from it.
yeah,
Right,
so
okay.
came in, yeah.
So okay, then now I'm going to move forward to what you just said. You had a two-piece acoustic, and then you brought in GMT. Now, GMT is a 5-piece,
No, 4.
4-piece band.
Yeah.
What drums up?
Drum pad.
Drum pads. So we have a 4-piece band playing, and then that 4-piece band, you said, brought home more business,
Yeah,
right?
it did.
Why?
I guess because I'm not sure, but we may have targeted a specific community for this. So right in Katong, most of them are Eurasians. So
So you were looking for the...
I wasn't.
To
begin with, no. To begin with, no. To begin with, is because I've heard GMT.
Right.
Yeah. So and I know Roberto. So and it was actually my anniversary, 20th anniversary here in Nels. So I got them in, and I had to limit the number of packs to come in because of the seating arrangement. But then, yeah, I had to limit because it's like we don't know how many to anticipate. Right. So I kind of underestimated lah. Yeah, I could have gotten in more people. So food was free. It was buffet, you know.
You mean you overestimated?
Oh, I overestimated. Yeah, right. Yeah. So food was free. It's only that they support me in drinks lah.
Right.
And it was good.
Oh, so this is kind of experience. I can imagine. The kind of feeling you get when the thing takes off. After all the hassle and the, everything, then suddenly your first experience, then you saw it happen. Yes.
The doubt I had.
Yes. And then when it happened, the satisfaction, money cannot buy.
Pretty sure. It's sense of achievement, right? But that is you're like, you got a Midas touch when it comes to bands.
No lah, not Midas touch lah.
Midas touch, man. I mean, look, you're the guy that brought in bands that became names. Bands that I still remember. I mean, I know Gino Sunga has gone back to the Philippines, but he's been here like forever before, right? And Expo has been around also like forever before, right? After your time in St. James Power Station. And the boys, Adam, Adu, and Ben. I mean, you have this knack on hiring talents, music talents.
Actually, in the beginning, it was a bit luck lah. But then later, I learned along the way lah. So, okay. So
you knew them. You knew them.
Huh?
You knew them.
I knew them. So I explained to you.
Yeah.
You see, I'm not shy to say this. It's like,
I know you're not shy.
So I'm a university dropout.
Okay.
Singapore University. I dropped out for the financial reasons. To attend to family business.
Sure.
But during the university, I picked out something. I was the president of the music society in university. So the thing I do as a music society, that every time orientation week, the beginning of a new term, I'll bring in the musicians from all over to perform in campus. So I remember visiting, I was the group Tanya.
Yeah.
In Forum Hotel, Pebbles Bar.
Right.
I was their groupie.
Oh.
I slept there at their bunk. And then I woke up. I would wake up in the morning and I'll walk Nassim Road. Because the campus was in Bukit Timah, I walk Nassim Road to my campus.
Right.
That evening, I will look for my $7.50 so that I can buy a glass of gin tonic. That's my campus day. So I got, kind of, I was exposed to the music,
right.
And then I remember Rahim was performing in Club 392
right.
across the road with the old shop house where Orchard Towers is now.
Okay, yes.
Old shop house, Club 392, owned by Jewish family. And then I couldn't go in because I couldn't afford to buy a drink. So I waited outside for her to finish her show. And then when she knocked off, I asked her to come to campus and perform for us. So that's what I did in campus.
Right.
As the president of the Music Society.
Okay.
So I got exposed to. Then there's one, musician from Adil Adab Band. Yeah. Adil is from my school.
Okay.
And then and I know the brother very well. So he was performing at Treetop Bar in Holiday Inn. Those days, Holiday Inn. So I used to visit there, to listen to them. And then they used to complain to me. They said, musicians are very, very interesting. Actually, for them at that time, music was everything.
Yeah.
And they wanted certain instrument. Obviously, they couldn't afford it. And then at that time, there was this new synthesizer called by Roland called Jupiter 8. I always remember Jupiter 8. You remember they were the king of synthesizer and the first of his kind over here at that time.
Major king.
Everybody, every keyboardist, every band wanted it.
Yeah.
So I just threw one. At that time I already started in Changi already. I already got my license.
Yeah.
Then I thought this band would be good. I mean, for 5-star hotel band to come to Changi Point, big deal, man. Right? So I said, if you are willing to perform in Changi Point, I buy the Jupiter 8 for you. And not only that, I buy the baby grand Yamaha piano for you. Of course, I bought second-hand one on the Yamaha lah. So, but the Jupiter 8, you have to buy new. And then Ben Saleh, the keyboardist, I went bright. You know, and then the rest is history as it came over.
But when you, okay.
And I remember when I first started, my first band was called Touche. Touche. Touche is the French Touche.
Touche.
And the band leader and the singer is this guy called Masaruddin.
Okay.
The blind man.
Uh-huh.
The blind Masaruddin who sang in National Day a few years ago. Remember Masaruddin?
I'm sorry.
Well, he sang on National Day.
Right.
And then I remember he's blind and he comes by bus. So every time I have to be at the bus stop waiting for him to come out, I'll lead him to the bar. I mean, to perform. But that was experience and yet, I mean, his music was good. And he has this touch.
But why did you sing? Why did you sing even at that time? You went the distance to bring in good performers, good entertainers, good musicians to come in and play. Why?
No, those days, any musicians are good musicians.
That's true.
Well, even why? Well, for the business, why?
Oh, that's good question. Good. My father opened it in 1979, September the 10th.
Right.
Year 1980, September the 10th, he passed on. Exactly 1 year. His last words to me was, take care of this place. Me as the eldest son, obviously I can't say no. So I took his word for it. So I left everything when I went to
run Europa Changi.
I didn't know what to do. And I didn't know what to do. I wasn't trained. I don't know.
But why musicians? I mean, you went all that trouble.
Did your father had all the musicians as well?
No. My father is not into music. Only, like I said, the roots started
you didn't have to spend that money to bring in musicians into a business, into the F&B business, but you did. And you were so excited about it. You went to get a Jupiter 8. You got Adam, Aladil and Ben to come in and play.
That's why I mentioned Touche.
Touche.
But you know, Changi Point, nobody want to work. Masaruddin worked for multiple reasons. Maybe he's blind, he worked for me. Maybe, I don't know. But I was exposed to it. And then I get the hang of it. The passion behind Masaruddin shows me a path.
Yeah. What is that?
That path is, because I told myself, I don't want to stay behind a cash register all my life.
Right.
I said, I better do something here. And that started music.
Okay, so did you believe at that time? Because Rosy believed in it. She brought in a 4-piece, and business started to grow. And from a 2-piece to a 4-piece, you started at that time in those days, in 1980, because you felt the passion. You were a fanboy, a groupie for time. You brought in Adam Adil and Ben. You invested in the BB Grand. You've invested in the Roland Jupiter 8. You got into Touche. Did you think at that time that having live music, having great bands would actually bring home the bacon for the place?
No, I felt the bacon right away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? How so?
Everybody came from Changi. Those commandos, they were my core. They're all there every night. And then I met some of my best friends, so go to music.
So the customers wanted live music.
And at that time, there was this law, of course, you are way out in Changi Point.
Right.
Those days, how to market yourself, I don't know. I'm not a restaurateur, I'm not a lounge operator, I'm not even a marketer, So I remember, I don't have any means to reach out.
Yeah.
But there was a captive potential audience there.
Right.
Because the airport, the cargo complex was about to be built.
Right.
Or was in the process of being built.
Right.
And there were a lot of people going in and out of the area. And some of them, then later when the Kowloon complex, the people there are one of my core customers, besides Commander.
Right.
And then word of mouth, that's very powerful.
Most powerful too.
Yeah, very powerful those days.
Back then, no Facebook,
Yeah,
no Instagram.
Facebook, because very simple. When you say something, hey, you know this place is way out in Changi Point, a lot of people packed, everybody curious in Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing, word of mouth, very powerful.
And it is very powerful because I think it transcended, because 1980, I was only 10 years old.
10 years old.
I was only 10 years old.
One.
When I was 14 and secondary 2, and I learned of this band that played in Tavern on the Square, Gingerbread. And I heard so much about them, so many people, and being underage, I snuck in. Jason and Ann Hussein, Jason Shahul and Ann Hussein, bless them, I love them to bits, knows this story. I used to sneak in, you know. I look older than my age, and I would watch the band play, you know, and parcel of my inspiration. And this thing about watching bands and liking the beat, you know, the music, you know, and it's not about the booze, man. It's about the feeling, the sensation of joy. You know what I mean? Just, yeah, it was so magnetic. And it went on for years. It went on to many generations, you know, to those who party in the 80s, or a party in the rock the 90s, you know, and part of the 2000s. We fast forward to 2025 right now. If today Dennis Foo is that young man again, a music groupie, nothing has changed, and you've got this one outlet that your dad has said, grow this, take care of it, would you still stick to the same strategy of bringing in great live bands to attract your market? How differently would you do?
I
So
think
you stick to the same.
band will always be there.
Yeah.
But the way I do it will be different, because different world.
Let's hear that. But tell you,
Before I continue this one, Tavern on the Square, I was part owner.
were you?
Yes.
Well, I
You're the guy
you
who
this,
named-
but you're this underage kids.
You know, that's why I don't trying to. I remember Gino was there. Gino was born there.
What?
Gino Sunga was born there.
Really?
Yeah. Not with the Band Expo. He was born, no, with the Band Expo. He was born there. You know, it all started this way. There was a group of Abings. Okay? Abings. Business wasn't like fantastic lah. So Abing request this, request that. Then, you know, they want to sing. Then they got angry.
Yeah.
They want to best him out. And then he pretended to be a gay.
Yeah.
He got away with it.
Yeah.
So since then, the gay part became an act lah. That was the real story. You know?
You mean it was an act?
Huh?
Gino's act is
But he went into his act too deep lah. I think.
holy shitballs, man! You don't know how they.
No, I don't play this. So you want to hear? No, but no way to censor this. I know, but I'm just saying with you know.
But how about differently will you do things today?
I don't think he'll be offended. Yeah.
No, he won't be. I don't think Gino would be. But how differently would you do things today? Now that Rosy is here, right? If Dennis Foo is a young man again at this time, 2025, knowing the marketplace the way it is, would you still use live music, live bands, great bands as an attraction to bring in more business into the
Bottom line today, the market is completely different from then.
right,
Then there was no market.
right,
It was the beginning of hope to be market.
right.
Okay.
Yes.
And we didn't know what the market all about. We just know how to pay the bills,
Yeah.
you know, so for this month.
Yeah.
And because we enjoy doing it, as long as we can pay the bill and we enjoy doing it and make a little bit of profit, we're very happy.
Right.
So we don't think too far.
Okay.
But today, because I've got too many baggage in my mind, so I must qualify how to put my frame of mind
Sure.
today. Then I had nothing in my mind. No baggage, you know, to go forward. Yeah, stress.
Yeah.
So now you ask me this question, it's interesting.
Can I rephrase?
Okay.
Can I rephrase?
Yes.
Using your experience,
Mhm.
would you have the band now? If you open a pub,
It has to be what? Because if you don't enjoy what you do, then why do it? And because I enjoy listening to band, I do it, and both things come together. You see, you understand what I'm trying to say? So, but the point I'm trying to make here is today. You're asking me today, and your opening line for this session is called "Demise or Nightlife."
Yes.
So in nightlife, it's in a state of demise.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you ask me to do it now, and having seen and experienced what has happened from where we were in Changi, 1980, to where it became in the 2000s, and that it just transformed itself into a major lifestyle for many people, including yourself, myself, and everybody else. People. And then the state of demise is in today. You ask me this question, I say no. You say, oh, because I understand all this, and you put a live band out there, you got to read 4 lines. First thing, there is we're talking about the complaints we have. The operating hours not enough, the cost of operation is too high, cost of alcohol is prohibitive, after midnight transport is too expensive, and then all the reasons, and people are staying at home. So under this condition, now that you know, those days we don't know how to be scared. Today, when you know all this, you'll be scared.
Back then, it was all taxi hailing. There was no Grab, no Tada, no Gojek, nothing to compare you see, prices and all.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so whether or not the taxi, back then taxi, by 11:30, you will not see any taxis on the street.
Surcharge.
Yes, exactly.
Surcharge. Yeah.
So if you ask me, back then, I would say more bustling.
More what?
Bustling.
Bustling.
Yeah, the nightlife.
More bustling.
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing lah. You see, the thing is, this is the change of the populace. Like we talk Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z. Gen Z lifestyle change. They're different. I wouldn't say change. Gen Z is up to late 20s. And the last 7-8 years, I'm detached from market, so I don't understand what has developed there. But one thing I know, I don't know a single song from Taylor Swift.
Neither do I. You're not alone. Don't worry about it.
I don't know a single song. You know where I'm coming from? So we cannot...
Shake it off.
No.
Shake it.
But really, I mean, it's grown so big, and I don't understand why it became so big. So it's a different world. But what I'm trying to say today is, then when you don't know anything, you got no fear. Your heart overrules your head all the time. But now you know so many things, and you're aware of so many things, the fear is there. You know where I'm coming from?
So when you have adventured into the F&B business, if let's say today, again, under my hypothesis that you're still a young man, not knowing much, but knowing what it's like today, how the marketplace is like today, would you still have ventured into food and beverage?
Provided I see that the market is conducive, conducive, the 4 conditions down there does not make it conducive, unless those conditions change. Second, there must be a bigger force that feels this is contributory to the overall to the country. Okay? And that they will support.
What's this bigger force there?
Bigger force is the government lah.
Okay. The G. Okay. The G.
If they see the positivity coming out of this, then I must be convinced that they see it and they want to do something about it, then maybe I come in now. Which means if the signal is here and there, then if I have choice, then I think twice.
So if today...
He answered for me.
Really? Okay. No, we didn't prepare this, we didn't coordinate.
So St. James Power Station, St. James Power Station was unique. It's different food, drink, entertainment spots, all in one place. That was a real big idea, grand idea. Will it work today or will it fuck up?
Yes and no.
Okay, why yes?
Depends on the target audience. If I say, if Singapore is dependent purely on domestic demand for nightlife, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Because of all the factors.
The 4 factors you mentioned earlier. Yeah.
But these 4 factors mostly is Gen Z.
Well, everyone's targeting the Gen Zers. Okay.
Gen Z. Don't blame them because they grew from a different era. But the Gen X and the Gen Y, they missed it.
They missed what?
They missed what they experienced. Like you talk about the Europa days.
They missed it. Basically, the exposure is in there.
I mean,
They're missing is.
Yeah, we are missing it. Yeah.
They're missing it. No exposure. Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
they experienced it before.
Right.
And they're looking for it again.
No more.
But there is no places because you need. You see, I always actually nightlife.
Have. Mel's place.
Yes, you know this point. You know this whole thing.
Shameless.
I want to share this with you. I come to a conclusion because one of my favorite topics, like I must give a talk. I've done talk multiple times with many different places. In fact, I remember the graduating MBA class at NUS. I was invited to do the talk.
Wow. Okay.
And the multiple tertiary institutions as well. My favorite subject is the art of entertainment is a science.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to say this. I think I didn't copy from anywhere.
Okay.
Science to me is through observation, we deduce theory.
Okay.
And from theory, we identify the different principles.
Right.
And see it manifested in the syndromes so that it reinforces our theory. You got that?
About getting lost in the cosmos already.
Okay. So we all as operators, we observe and then we deduce this can not, then we test. Then we identify. So one of my biggest, conclusion
Right.
is that we only sell one thing in nightlife.
Right.
That one thing is called atmospheres.
Okay.
Everything is translated back to atmosphere.
Yeah.
Right.
You can have the best band in the world, there's nobody there, no atmosphere.
Right. Right.
And the thing is, when there are a lot of people, they're not with the empty house, even the music is good, I'd rather drink at home.
Right.
Cheaper, better, but in the comfort of my room. So atmosphere is so important. So how do we get the atmosphere? That is the art, okay? Mel has achieved it. I've heard so much, Mel's place to you, And the thing is, this atmosphere is made of people.
Wow.
And it's translated to me as number of people per area space. Let's say you have 200 people.
Better write this down, Rosy.
You have 200 people at 10,000 square feet
Right.
venue, no atmosphere.
Right.
It's too scarce.
Okay.
But 200 people in the 2,500 square feet, a lot of atmosphere.
Right.
So it's number of people per area space.
Right.
And how do you arrive at that? What draws people in?
Right.
That is an art as well. So the band component is where the attraction is. By the end of the day, it must be translated.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because let me just
Because I'm answering your question about St. James.
yes.
Because St. James is a 5,000 capacity venue.
Right.
5,000.
Then you have 50 valets.
50 ballets, yeah. Cannot imagine 50 ballets. 50 ballets, 80 security.
I only have one belly.
Okay. So you look at that, why I say not now? Because the demand locally,
Right.
because all the reasons given cannot support this. And to create that, we need to create the atmosphere with enough people so that this product becomes, this product thrives. If you don't have enough people, so the answering your question whether I'll do St. James again. If today, St. James, that same premise is 5,000 capacity, same concept,
Right.
is created in the heart of Orchard Road,
Right.
okay? Within walking distance,
Right.
from more than a dozen hotels,
Right.
with 12,000 rooms
Right.
in and around the area.
To attract the tourists, you mean?
Like walking distance, they can walk there
Right.
without, so transport won't be an issue. They can walk back to the hotels.
Right. So you're talking more tourists, tours.
This is where,
When locals land?
wait. So when it happens, walking distance, 12,000 people a day, one per room.
Right.
Can you imagine easily we have 18,000 people within their walking distance?
Right.
And other hotels, island-wide,
Right.
okay? They will don't want to miss out for their guests. They will do shuttles for them.
Right.
And this create a magnet.
Yeah.
Our locals will find it worthwhile to go because they never feel
It's an ecosystem of
Yes.
sorts, yeah.
you know,
Okay.
our locals will be happy to go
Yeah.
because you go down there, there's atmosphere.
Why so
And our expatriates will be even more willing to go.
yeah, but why are people doing it then? You are okay, it's so hearing what you just said. If today Sparks is alive in Neon City, Studebakers is alive, it would thrive in this day and age today. In the middle of Orchard Road.
That's why the proposition,
Ocho is dead now.
It is completely dead.
because St. James, the concept why there are 12 venues there,
Right.
each venue is different. You got the Canto, you got the Mando, you got you got the Latin, you got the top 40, you got the jazz, you got appealing to multiple different people. So you target a tourist segment,
Yeah.
bound to have some.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. Catchment.
So what I'm trying to say is why I say tourists. Because most tourists belong to Gen X and Gen Y.
Yeah.
They are still relevant for our kind of music,
Yeah.
the St. James kind of music,
Right.
for the next 15 years at least.
Okay.
You look at the age.
So which means that we're going to encounter the same problem again when the Gen Zers reach my age. Then the nightlife will be dead again.
Good question.
Cycle.
Yeah, it's a cycle.
See, this
This
is a cycle.
question, this nightlife has always been done in block over time. It cannot be something that will be perpetually the same over time.
Right.
So you need to evolve.
Right.
But meanwhile, while there's nothing, you lean on something that is still there.
Okay.
And hopefully a new wave comes and you can address this new wave in a more appealing way.
Let me give you what I think about from the musical angle of things, from a musician performer attitude of that. When you have the Gen Zers who are not exposed, they're only
I'm
exposed.
not undermining Gen Z.
No,
They have their own,
no,
you know.
I know you're not, but I'm going to.
Yes.
So because, and I don't really blame them because, you know, the I think the highlight of their lives would be COVID. There's a highlight of their lives so far.
Really? Highlight.
It has always been.
Yeah.
COVID
2 years
did a lot of damage.
of you know,
Highlight is something for
We have to restart, because of COVID.
Yes.
belong to the anti-social club, you know, that kind of thing, you know, and they really would love to wear a mask if they could every day. You know, they've grown up that way. They'd rather talk to you online or text. Please don't call me. You're so weird. You're calling me. There's already one thing. It just shows how much of an impact, you know, COVID has had on them. And then on top of that, if you look at say American Top 40 today, you look at the charts, you hardly see a band. Back in the old days, you see more bands than you do solo artists, right? So that's a phenomenon. And then you go into a bar, if there is music, there's going to be a one piece with a guy on the guitar singing, or two piece at the most. If you can get a 3-piece acoustic, you're already very lucky, which is crazy. Now, recently, Dennis, you were there with us for the Don't Write Us Off concert, the 2 nights, right? And the good people from who managed the Bloom Fund, the Rice Company Limited, did this wonderful media, which I saw, you know, and they went to interview some young people who were there. And you can hear what their opinions were like. What did I just watch? What did I just see? I've never known music can be this big and so good. Right? Yeah, absolutely. So it's clear that exposure isn't there. They don't know what it's like to have big sound coming at you. You know, when you had Jive Talking, then they brought the horn section to come in at a 9-piece playing of it. And it was really mind-blowing. I was like, thank you. You know, and it was fun. It was an eye-opener for the young. They start to realize that I'm missing out on some things. Then last week I'm giving them free advertising too. I went to the Blackbird. Yeah. And to watch Bellingham play. Guys of Bellingham. I love you guys, yeah? Okay. You're good friends. And I needed a live music fix. Every now and then I get that. I need a live music fix. I come to Mel's for that too. So went over to Blackbird and there was this table with young people. You were there.
Yeah, I was there.
And I don't know whether you remember that table, right?
Yeah.
They were trying to make fun of us initially. They were going like, yeah, all the Gen Xers.
With their phones and the lights, right?
Yeah, yes, and then they're all crazy old people and my folks to be doing this. They're young enough to be my kids.
Yeah.
But then when Faithfully, the band started playing the song Faithfully, they were like, what the hell is this? What song is this? And they were doing this. But after, in the middle of the song, mid-flight, they were going, you can see on their faces, they're going, wow, like what did I just listen to? So sadly, the exposure isn't there, in my opinion. So I still believe, that's why I'm paying tribute to you, sir, and to you as well, Rosy, because you believe that bringing in music, live bands,
It's the way to go.
is the way to go. And it's a tribute to the both of you on my season premiere.
I'm Eurasian. Eurasian and music, we go hand in hand. We just love to party.
Well, you need to have the passion.
Yes.
Music is a liking for many people. But the passion to pursue it as a business, it's a two different things. Because a lot of challenges, you know.
For sure.
So I share this because I heard so much about Bell's Place.
Oh.
I thought I would see the Ferdinand brothers.
You never visited that.
No, because
Alamak.
it's
Milford was here last week.
Yes.
After his concert,
they filmed in Talent Europa before.
yeah.
I had a place in the Tebon Guan.
Yeah.
Yes, I had one place called Devon Europa.
Okay.
And the Ferdinand brothers what's the name of the band?
Gypsy.
Gypsy. Yeah. So you know, they're all Eurasian and they're all cartoon kids. So when they said Mel's place, I imagine it's the Ferdinand. So today I came here, I expect a Ferdinand, but nice to see you.
And please ask me that question. Use own Mel space.
Yeah.
I got it too.
No, but really,
They wouldn't ask me, am I Mel?
no. Not easy.
Then you grew Europa to more than 10 outlets for sure.
Then what?
Europa. Europa Group. How many bars did you guys have? How many
At the height.
bars? At the height.
Orchard Road alone 6.
There you go.
Wow.
And they're all big.
How does one manage to expand so much and still make money when you had those bike wars going
When
on?
the market is growing
Yeah.
and you capture a good part of the market.
Okay. We made it sound so simple, you know.
Yeah.
Huh?
Financial, you never say, go to back.
When the market grow, the finance will come in.
Right.
You know, so it's natural. You know, so you have methods. So you just do your so many ways to skin the cat when there's a market. When there's no market,
Help? Did you have help back then?
of course.
What kind of help did you have? Good question, Rosy, but what kind of help was that?
Oh, I want to share this.
Yes, I want to hear.
I'm pretty open about this.
Great.
You know,
Shoot, man.
I was what I call for lack of a better description,
Yeah.
I was like the provision shop operator when I was in Changi. Just passionate about running this provision shop.
Okay.
I didn't know what is marketing.
Okay.
I only know what is a good band. So I know. And then how should I put it? I remember my first year when I took over after my father's passing, I had to sell Christmas Eve dinner. I didn't know how to market it. So I called a friend in the press. Until today, I have gratitude for this. And she came over to Changi and spoke to me. And then she came out one 4 little column like that. Not an advertisement because I didn't pay for it. Bought an article.
Right.
Back in the early 81. One like that.
Right.
Europa Lounge and Restaurant Christmas Eve dinner with wine, $35 plus. Address, telephone number.
It's on what?
And then in between,
ST.
Oh.
one lady signed off, Violet Wool.
Oh.
Then, next day when our article came out in Straits Times, it was only like that. It wasn't an advertisement because I paid nothing for it.
Right. It was a blur. It was a small little blur.
Blur,
Yeah.
that's the word.
Yeah.
So and what happened is, I walked in the office 11 a.m. By 2 p.m. sold out.
Wow.
My business dinner sold out. That's the power of print media then, okay?
Yeah, back then, yes, print was, yes.
So it's so powerful.
Yeah. Now we use.
Now print is, no. Now you can put 10 pages, you don't just read.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say here is, answering your question. What was your question again? I sidetracked, I thought predicate for what subject?
Did you have help? Who helped you out?
Okay, good question. So I didn't know how to market.
Yeah.
Then later on, I started opening the Peppermint Park. So did I at Europa Grand. I took over Matthew's Restaurant, Orchard Towers.
Right. Okay.
I had Atlantis, 2.86 billion then. A GCB cost 1.4 million. So 2 GCB. And then 1.4 is Peppermint Park, I always remember. Okay. Then we opened. You're talking about 1984, 85.
Yeah, 84, yeah. I went to Pep Park when I was a Sec 2.
Then
And the age.
I just like to put bands together. So you saw all the good things that happened through me, but I'm not going to tell you the real bad things that happened to me. Don't count the lessons I have to, and tuition fees I have to pay.
Right.
So you ask me, of course, people like to take credit for everything and say they can do this and all this. No, I went through a very difficult period. I paid a lot of tuition fees. So this was that. I remember at 6 outlets, I told you, K11, Kevin had to close. Kevin on the square, the one you just mentioned, closed.
Yeah.
So all these things happened. So it wasn't just as if it's all rosy all the way.
They closed. When did they close?
I blame it on the recession.
Okay.
But bottom line is that I got no business experience. I only have a passion for music.
Right.
How to put bands together.
Right.
You know.
Same. You don't have passion.
You didn't do, you mean that back then you didn't know what COF, COG and all was all about?
No, where got such thing. I don't even know how to balance my books. I don't even know what is how to read the balance sheet.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
It was not computer
It's
era yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't computer era yet. It's all manual.
Yeah. So, and then, of course, I went back to Changi,
Right.
my wound. Then I told myself, then my band got poached. Audio and band was offered.
By who? Yeah, man, like a long time ago, can say lah.
Poached by a place called Discovery lah.
Oh, okay.
And then overnight, my business dropped by 40% in Changi.
Oh,
But everybody went there.
okay.
And then I told myself, now this is the time.
Something new. So people ran, right? Something new. Huh?
So I worked very hard.
What did you do?
I found Expo.
Oh, that's how it happened.
I brought Expo.
Right.
So I brought Expo. Fresh start. Then after Expo, make an even bigger day. And more people went there. Through Expo, I started expanding again. By then,
Nothing in the skies.
So we brought Expo in at a time the boys came in as well, right?
Expo boys, politics.
They were doing
No,
different
Expo.
sets.
Good. By then, I was exposed to the Filipino market.
Yeah.
Park.
Would
The
you-
Filipino market was, you know what inspired me to do Peppermint Park?
Yeah.
There's this place called Rainbow.
Right, Rainbow and
Rainbow, Dr. Go Posing.
Yeah, Go Posing, yes.
Dr. Go Posing, he passed on a long time ago.
Right.
Dr. Go and I used to spend lunch
Right.
at the first Tong Luk restaurant in Liang Court. I always remember the 5th floor.
Right.
He and I will have lunch there. And then we'll talk. We got common interests. We'll continue to talk. Lots of things to talk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then the restaurant closed at 3 o'clock. Then we asked permission. Can we stay back? To continue our talk. They allow us. So we work tea and we talk until 6 p.m. They opened again. Then we had dinner. That was the kind of, we once two guys click, two person click over a common subject. And those days, nothing, everything is new.
Yeah.
But there's nothing for you to compare. It's just really trying to shape things.
Yeah.
And when he brought this band called Something Special, remember Something Special?
It rings a bell, man.
Something Special, Aliu Award winner in Philippines. When you're Aliu Award winner, you are the top.
Get the permits in for Filipinos.
And then to get
Filipinos?
permits, you
Get
get
permit.
the band.
Well, permit, no problem. Wait, let me tell you. There's another story. Foreign permit. Here you are.
Because I wasn't able to get.
Yes. Okay, here you are. You are asking, but this thing take 3 hours,
No, just
Check
sum
it
it up.
summarize.
Sum it up lah.
No, this part won't take 3 hours.
Okay.
But if you continue in this mode, I can go deep into things that then it will take hours. But anyway,
If you're not going anywhere, I'm not going anywhere. So.
so like, well, you notice. So, but what I'm trying to say is, then Something Special was eye opener.
Right.
But before, and they was the first club outside of Europa Changi that used soundman.
Okay.
I was the first in Singapore. I'm very proud.
Yeah, I remember the little cage at the side.
Yeah, Mr. T guy. The T guy. He looks like Mr. T.
Yeah. I remember him. Yeah.
And then, of course, in Rainbow, it was something else, the Hills Place, the heart of Orchard Road, and you put the band something special.
Yeah.
My God, all the girls look so beautiful.
Yeah.
They can sing so well, they dance so well.
Yeah.
And they're all fair Filipino.
Yeah.
You know,
The Spanish looking types.
There is a lady keyboardist. Her name is Babe Contes.
Oh, Babe Conti.
She doesn't look I mean, she's not sunlight, you know. But she, fantastic. That is my idea to me. Filipino.
Babes came in like this.
So what happened was when we opened Peppermint Park, the thing is, it is before anything starts, the newspapers start talking. And then we already say we wanted this, we wanted that. So I was targeting the Filipino. There's a reason for that. Our local band, when I saw something special, is a lot of things Singaporeans can learn. Musician, budding musician, potential musician, people want to go into this trade. They can learn what nightlife can be.
Yeah.
The kind of performance on stage is not just sitting there with guitar. Showman.
Yeah.
Dance in choreography, and then later on, then I went Philippines, and I have to look Aliu Award. Then this group called Music and Magic was the latest winner. They not only sing and perform like the thing, they do magic. They are entertaining.
Yeah.
Dancing and joke and whatnot. And they perform at Peppermint Park. They're the top. Then I bought this band called Z Band. Z Band. They're from Cebu. Cebu, their music is all about their rhythm, you know.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then there's this band called Cicada.
So you got in more foreigners in.
All foreigners.
The Filipino band explosion was because of our dear Dennis.
Yes, I got a whole lot. And each band is like 8 piece.
The
8
problem
piece.
is, for me, to get a Malaysian band in, I can't even do it.
I come to that.
Hold your horses, coming soon.
So 8 piece. And you got 3 of them, 8 piece, 24 of them. And to take turns. And we got not enough slot. But I already don't care. Take right stay. I already spent 1.4 million a piece. What is another band? But I remember there were 2 local bands there. One is Tanya.
Right.
The other one is Hang Loose.
Yeah. K-Hamid.
Okay, Hamid and
Iskandar
Ismail formed the band.
Yeah.
Okay, the story about Iskandar Ismail, I used to go to Hilton Hotel,
Right.
Lobby Lounge.
Right.
There were 3-piece band. The drummer is Luis Tan.
Luis Soriano.
The bassist is Eddie Jensen.
Eddie Jensen, yeah.
And Iskandar keyboard.
Yeah.
We were always there. But they always had their issue because they music. So I told Iskandar. Then he formed Hang Loose. And K. Hamid became our Singapore Oliver Newton John.
Yeah, man. That band, I tell you, K-Hamid and Hang Loose. Foo, yo.
They're the best. Then they became because you know why? Iskandar was the only one from Berkeley University School of Music. He was the only one at that time. This guy is really
The late, great Iskandar Ismail.
That's why being a Chinese, you never want to get in like those, because back then Hokkien and all, you didn't want to get in all this. It's all English, right? But you,
English because my roots are English. What?
But later on, he started Gaocan.
No, but they don't have Chinese yet. Later, the one they all later I come to that. So they don't want much later. So this is the period where there was an explosion. Then there was a lot of resistance from local bands because then they formed union.
Yeah.
They said, why are we engaging foreigners when we don't give the job to local? This is where the issue starts. So what happened was, then I said something, which is very true. Until today, I think people realize I wasn't wrong. Because I said we need to be exposed to the best. And Filipinos, we can still afford to bring them in.
Right.
And the thing is, when you're exposed to the best, then we can be even better.
Yeah.
So that was the main reason.
and lower cost, right?
Not cheap, good accommodation alone is very important. If one band wants apartment, we pay their tax as well.
Yeah.
Those days, no, I think there's small levy lah. But what I'm trying to say here is not an issue. Then the objection came up, and there was this thing about the first quota came out, 1 for 1. When you have one band, we must have one local.
Right.
Then it balance out.
Right.
But that was, at that time, was the right thing. Good exposure was already there.
Yeah.
And then they know there's a potential, there's competition.
Right. Yeah. Everyone's going to up their game.
Yeah, up there. Yeah. So that's why the thing, so a lot of things actually unintentional also.
Right.
I mean, I could not plan this for Singapore.
Yeah.
I only jaga myself. I say, but things like that, I must come out with a strong enough reason to justify why I'm bringing them in, so that I don't have choice.
Yeah. So, how difficult is it today for you to get them in?
Because permits and our levy, it's not small. Our levy is huge.
Yeah.
It depends on qualification.
Let me tell you, when I did St. James, I had so many foreign bands.
Yeah, I know.
The whole Movida foreign band.
Yeah.
Boiler Room Filipino band, Movida South American band.
Yeah.
Then I have this, what do you call that? Dragonfly.
Yeah.
Chinese.
Hong Kong band.
Hong Kong man, yeah.
We have all this,
Mandopop.
Mandopop. So, but the magic, you asked me this very, very relevant question. I think I may. Today, but this time the same dosage, but half the water.
Meat is coming out. He's in.
I play.
But Rosy, I'm pretty sure compared to, I don't have to compare practically everybody in retail today, F&B included, right, are struggling with high rentals. Are you struggling with high rentals?
Higher wages, you mean?
Rentals.
Or rental, yes.
It's a big headache.
Yes, I'm not sure if I can say this, but this is under.
Right.
So ours is private.
Right.
So
This
this
venue is owned by.
Yeah.
Good. So you don't have a problem?
Why? My headache is the rental.
No.
So like it's all cheaper. No, cheaper. It's under.
Because this place is owned by a private guy. Who's, let's say, an ordinary businessman.
Yeah.
Or just an ordinary landlord. Then his whole lifestyle depends on what he collects from here.
Basically, he can add his whim and fancy every time.
Worst call.
Your lease renewal.
Worst case. But if you see, I've been through this whole thing. When I look for space, I always check. The landlord, if he established like a REIT or a conglomerate, what they want is making sure that the fair return yield.
Right.
But they also worry that if somebody else is willing to pay more, they should not
Let go.
They should not ignore.
Right.
Put it this way.
Right.
So, but they also prefer stability,
Right.
so that you don't have all the hassle.
They don't want to see you die.
Yeah, I do have that. That means all these years, so far so good.
Yeah.
You don't want to see you die.
You understand? So because there's no this disruption in this thing.
Did you ever encounter these kind of issues when you were running all your businesses?
I learned what?
Yeah, I know like the tuition costs,
The tuition cost. Because
How
after
do you
that,
deal with it? How do you deal with all these?
I use option. Before I sign, because they want me, they look for me when you reach a certain stage.
Right. Right.
So then on my term, and then I will put in an option clause.
Right.
Cap the rental renewal at fair price, usually 15 to 20% max.
Is that kind of game still playable today?
Contractual.
Uh-huh.
You have a rental renewal cap. No, big companies they don't do. But let's say you are big enough, they want you put your terms. Wow, thank you. This one I must remember.
No, it's way but it's straw.
I have not drank whiskey from a straw ever before. Today is the exception.
You know, that's like you're drinking. When you drink beer with a straw, you better make sure you take a taxi over because you're also careful.
We're just careful, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't have a driving license, so no issue.
Okay.
And it's not because of drinking driving. It's not because of drinking driving.
It's because of
The price I pay to be a nightlife operator.
right.
Since 1986, I stopped renewing my license because if I continue driving, it's a matter of time I get caught.
Right.
So that's the price.
Not worth it. Yeah.
And today I'm 72 already. It's about to start.
Well, quite a big sacrifice anyway, right?
No big. When things go,
Oh.
not just that, because when things, I had a driver for 30 over years.
Right.
Yeah, so that helps.
You know, Dennis, Rosy faces this issue. I think this is a very compelling, no, I would say it's compelling. As a matter of fact, it annoys the living crap out of me. I've heard what some people had to say about neighborhood bars. And so poor thing, the neighborhood, so poor thing. The poor kid studying for its O-levels are next door to one bloody bar away. Dang. On the other hand, I turn around and I say, if you have bought a place knowingly next door to a bar, or for that matter, a pickleball court. Nowadays, people call pickleball. Bunch of numbnuts, right? Or any place that has got some amount of noise, and you bought that place. You have to manage your expectations. On the other hand, if you bought that place already and these things come after, there's this thing of shut the bloody window. But no, what some operators have encountered, I'm not necessarily exclusive to Mel's Place, would be some people within a vicinity will come to them and will show you the decibel meter. Which, and look how loud this is now. I mean, it's so smug.
No, you try what the app.
I know, but it's so smug, you know what I mean?
So there's a lot of red tapes.
Yeah. And then, of course, the operator will worry about their licenses, like whether or not the authorities will renew their entertainment licenses because of
All the uncertainty.
because people
No.
it does seem that the authorities do like to pander towards a lot of complaints coming from a lot of Karens. But
No, I can understand. So no, I can understand this very well. That's why this amenity comes in many different shapes.
right.
So this is the KPI of a particular agency. And now you have this noise issue. Because if you are in a residential area, look where the issue residential area. Because when residents complain, they have to act.
Yeah.
If they don't act, then there's another issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they act, then it's going to impact the operator.
Yeah.
And then how to act? Then you have to cut down.
Yeah.
When you cut down, for example, the noise, you can do certain things like soundproofing your live area. You can put double door. All this physically you can do.
We do.
But the people who move around and they start drinking and start like in the stupor and then the behavior walking around, then that becomes an issue that is not so easy to control. Because it is the fog from all the night.
Yeah. But I was specific to Mel's Place. I don't see that happening anyway.
Basically, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm on this side.
Right.
Okay. So I see things but I also must understand what's the reason they're doing it. So when complaint comes, it is why it's the issue. So people have the right to complain, and that is quite fair lah.
Yeah.
But your complaint must be fair also lah.
Yeah.
Right. So now there used to be, like for example, if you stay in a certain area in Singapore where there's nightlife already, you expect it lah.
So for me, I actually walked him around. So he wanted to speak to the bosses. So I said, okay, let's do a closure because he's been texting my manager and all. So I actually walked him, showed him what we've done. So back then, smoking was behind.
Complainant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back then, the smoking was behind. I already chained the whole place. So smoking, whenever there's live band, smoking is up front. So away from the residential.
To me, I because I'm not involved, I can say something very open. This one is overdone, overkill lah by him. This is something you don't go to this extent to.
I'm walking him as if
but how much does it impact his life? But do you know that if you stop running this, you impact so many people's life?
Correct. Thank you.
How much does it impact? It doesn't cut him 1 year, short leave by 1 year.
I think you're basically stoking his ego just because you're.
No. I'm a third party.
I'm saying to Rosy, by showing him around and listening to him, you're stoking.
Because I'm trying to.
Ego. I think
What I'm saying is, I'm talking as a third party. I want to give a fair comment. Because you will be looking at your own silo, he will be looking at his own silo, but his silo is over. It's over.
Okay lah. So for him, it's sometimes a band actually plays an overseas, just maybe a 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So anyway, yeah. So the band.
I think he got another reason why he keep coming to ask for your whatever, communicating with you. Cannot be this. Nobody will bother to make this.
He took video. He took video that, see, you've exceeded the noise, you've exceeded this and that. So, but sometimes the band just, in their element, they will just strung and they continue just 5 minutes. And for me, it's like, please, enough, stop, You've seen that, right? You've seen me stopping the band and all. So it's just...
It's terrible, really.
So,
and this guy, to me, he's stoking his own ego by saying, by coming around and making this kind of complaints, using noise as an excuse. He feels great.
They want somebody to pacify him.
Well, yeah.
which is...
I don't know. Probably didn't get enough from his whoever that he lives with.
No, it's still, it doesn't make sense. You go to this extent. If you really, some issue, you just go to the relevant authority, you make your complaint.
He did.
Okay, so the relevant authority took the position, they want to look at the bigger picture of everything.
Yeah.
They have to, I would say compromise. They have to, you got what do you call, track record. So track record is the best proof for anything.
Well, people can complain time and time.
You got any points?
So far, nothing. It's just like there was a slew of we know that we're in the books as in there's a
anyway popular will be. We have if you got no problem means you got no business. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's where the history. Why? I come back to this question. Very, very pertinent issue. Because if this thing about nightlife for it to thrive, you need to meet a lot of conditions. And you have to anticipate all this.
Right.
That's why in the planning, for example, like you take Lucky.
Right.
It was the
place to go to. Yeah.
Then suddenly things change because the residences are sprouting out. And because in anticipation, because problem going to come.
Yeah, right. That's why
And then you have to compromise and then you change the shape.
Yeah.
So that's why the planning part is very important. You want to do a zoning, you make sure it's zoned properly. You want to issue a license,
right?
Okay, you also need, but now that is done, it's not easy to pull because status quo, right? To shift status quo, then you have a very, very good reason. And you say 30 people complain from all walks of life living here, then you got an issue. To me, if one person complains his own perspective.
No, he will say that I'm on behalf.
Yeah, he says that he represents it.
No, that's not the point. I think this is on air. I mean, this is recorded.
We can edit.
So, like what? No, because we don't mention the guy's name.
We didn't.
We are talking about a very general scenario. So you ask my opinion. Basically, if really become 30, 40 people from different walks of life, they need to be tested. It must not be coordinated.
Correct.
If it's coordinated, that's another story. We have to take the position as whatever task. Sorry?
He says it's not loud enough. So
it's not that it's not loud enough. I'm just saying that the music how to compromise so much. That the music is so watered down. And we get quality that goes down the drain. The customers,
so you see, they
don't get to enjoy the full.
Put it this way. For Mel's place, to survive through COVID, and bring up, and today I can tell you this place is doing very well. Good.
Not yet.
Doing very well.
Compared to most others.
He's doing very well. I mean, I don't have to be here. I hear the things people say, Friday night is like jam under, don't know where jam. And then, frankly, not everybody comes here to be inside.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is already here outside.
Because GMT.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chevy's. That's Life.
That's like
That's Life from Chevy's.
I know.
Yes, there's a whole place, katong.
Yeah.
It's a katong thing. So that's like so they are coming back because they're
Vibrancy. Okay, my friend, the answer to all these things is called vibrancy. Mel's place create vibrancy in Katong. It's not noise in Katong.
So continue to vibrate. Continue to vibrate.
Today, did you everybody is using the word vibrant.
Yeah.
Passing the parting shot of the National Day rally speech by Lawrence Wong, the word was vibrancy. That was the last line he said.
let's
Go and check. Vibrancy.
And so,
Why kill vibrancy?
on that note, why kill vibrancy? On that note, Dennis, what specific changes will you tell the government are most important for the nightlife scene to stay healthy in the long run?
That is a very, very good question.
Not loaded, just a good question.
No, that's a very good question.
It's definitely not.
My answer is not loaded.
Okay,
Either, yeah.
we all know there's a problem. We all know that this problem, that problem. But how to piece everything,
Okay. This is where the answer actually lies in the word by chance. Of course, we heard this word everywhere.
Right.
The answer lies in the word vibrancy.
Still.
Like I say just now earlier on before we started, to remain only as the cleanest, greenest, safest, most efficient and healthiest city in Southeast.
Yeah.
The vivid world will pass Singapore by.
The with it world. Okay.
Singapore must become more lively and exciting, a fun place.
Okay.
This word comes from our founding father himself.
From Mr. Big.
Yes. He said this in Parliament. Of course, we don't hold his word for it, but there's a message there.
Right.
Frankly, what do we have?
Yeah.
Nightlife is the integral part, of a cosmopolitan metropolis, a global city like Singapore. The word global city has been used many times of late.
Right.
To be a global city, you need vibrancy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this thing will complement our overall tourism product. It will support the F&B sector.
Right.
Okay. Earlier on, before the shoot, we spoke about the F&B business has been impacted because nightlife is in decline.
Right.
The answer came because I found out the biggest restaurant chain in Singapore, their after midnight sales dropped by more than 50% from 10 years ago. Why is that so?
There's no more supper club. No one goes out for supper.
No, even the streets. You drive East ECP here, you go PIE after 11 even on Saturday night.
Yeah.
You look at the cars. Okay, there's no nightlife.
Yeah.
It's dead.
Yeah.
So you use the word demise of nightlife. I tend not to disagree. Where's the softer way of putting it?
Too kind, like you.
So a softer way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, but the thing is, this and F&B is not small.
Right.
I went to check out prior to this interview.
Okay.
I thought I'd come with some facts. Nightlife is small. Surprisingly small.
How small?
It was 675 million per annum
Okay.
across all nightlife industry 2015.
Right. Okay.
10 years ago.
10 years ago. Okay.
Today, post-COVID,
Right.
the figure I got in 2022, it dropped to 285 million. Almost 60% drop.
Holy shit.
But this is precisely the point. The impact is on F&B also.
Okay.
Today I hear famous store, like I mentioned earlier, this Chinese 吃茶 store
Right.
called Kaso.
Right.
I used to like to go, after my work and all this, to have supper there. like you say, supper club,
Yeah.
you know, all over Singapore.
Right.
Where are they going to find the customers when nobody is going out at night?
Yeah.
They expand to 3, and now they close everything.
Apparently now there's a switch. So now sprouting out over here is what do you call that? Like a brunch. Like a brunch, yes. And then apparently there's this new thing, coffee clubbing.
Okay. I read
You know about the coffee clubbing?
No, I come to that later.
Yeah.
Okay. I come to that later. Yeah, it's a news angle.
Yeah.
It's a news angle. The story angle.
News angle. Is it rampant? I doubt.
Can it go?
Yeah.
So end up. Okay. It's a story angle. As far as
That's what mainstream media puts out these days. Sorry.
no, I wouldn't say that, lah. But I'm just saying that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, but the point is, all this, how should I put it? And now we translate, it's very small.
Yeah.
But F&B is not small, and they are under threat because of the rising costs as well. Cost of space, cost of manpower, and basically, and they have shorter hours of operation now. The number for F&B is not small, okay? It employs more than 5% of our workforce. That's not small. It is the annual turnover of all the F&B together is close to 30 billion, okay?
Whoa. F&B, you're talking about food, restaurants.
All in.
So, but nightlife is only contributory to 200 plus million.
Yes.
Of the how much billion?
Yes. 30 billion.
That's ridiculous. It's really
No. Correct. Of course, everybody has to eat.
Yeah.
Okay? Drink, not everybody needs to drink. But because it's shrunk, and because once you shrink, like I told you, what we are selling is atmosphere. The more it's shrunk, the less atmosphere there is. It becomes a vicious cycle, and perpetually it will disappear. Because why pay, especially the cost of alcohol now is expensive.
Right.
You know, we are going to vicious cycle after vicious cycle.
Right.
That's why how to reverse this cycle.
Yeah.
You ask me the question, I say unless we see there is real value
Right.
in nightlife
Right.
from the angle of the economy.
Right.
And the angle is real. This angle is, without nightlife, restaurant will be impacted.
Right.
Clear.
Right.
I gave you the answer. The biggest restaurant chain after midnight sale 10 years ago and now dropped by more than half.
Yeah.
That is the one answer. Our costs are rising.
Right.
Operating hours are shorter because there is lack of
Permits and all.
people going out at night. Okay? And then there's one part. Second part, this is important. Tourism is an important component. It's not just about the absolute GDP contribution,
Right.
but it's about Singapore as the city-state, a global city-state. Singapore as a global city-state, what we don't, like everybody knows, we don't have hinterland, we don't have natural resources here. It is what the vision was,
Yeah.
cosmopolitan metropolis global city.
Built on ideas as well. Yes. Yeah.
So basically, without this nightlife component, it is an integral part. We have a cosmopolitan metropolis.
Yeah.
Without that, then how do we appeal to foreign investors? How do we appeal to tourists even? Our tourist numbers went up very high, but it is not as if it is climbing. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you imagine MICE event, meeting, incentive, convention, after their convention, you know where to go back to the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
After sightseeing, after dinner, go back to the room.
Yeah.
And our room is $400-500
Yeah.
a night.
Nothing better to do.
Yes.
Basically, in Singapore, I came to Singapore. What did I do? Fuck all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a change.
Yes.
So nowadays, youngsters, they're more into fitness. So all these fitness centers are sprouting out.
Wait, we are talking about
Right?
two different things, Rosy. Well,
Two different things.
because basically there's a local component, there's a foreign component. But in between, but the point is our local component is shrinking because the lifestyle change. Young people are not going out
They're not engaging.
night sports.
But what you're thinking is that they become so health conscious.
Yeah, so
They
they're
don't-
coming out. No?
I don't think that's the case.
No? They're the youngsters? No. They're not touching it.
And all the reason they put, there's no
Incentive.
No, there's no compelling concept and entertainment.
Basically, they're saying it's boring.
Yes.
And frankly, I've been talking about this on my own socials for the last 1 week about Singaporeans being boring. And it is fucking true.
Singaporean be boring?
Singaporeans are boring.
No, Singaporean are not boring lah.
They are boring.
Singaporeans become bored when there is no attraction for them to go
Choke, sir.
to. Yes.
Choke, sir. I don't like to interrupt you, but I need to really put my case across.
Yes.
I went for a concert last week. You should have seen the video I taken and posted on my socials. Numb nuts, numb nuts, numb nuts, numb nuts, numb as shit. Sitting down there, great music being played, and they're just like that.
Relative, no?
And no, it's a whole freaking hall. And then the people who are dancing, they're looking at them like, what is wrong with you? Because there are places in Singapore, great places where you have great, wonderful venues and theaters and stuff, and they've got stupid rules. You cannot stand up. You cannot dance. You cannot get along the aisles. Then everybody becomes what I term a numb nut. Basically frozen testicles lah. All have frozen testicles lah. Don't part the party. The Eurasian people were the ones are going up dancing. Everyone else are going, wow, these crazy people.
You know, you actually have rules to control you. Like
They do.
Oh, I haven't been to.
I went for an Earth, Wind and Fire concert in an indoor stadium years ago. That's years ago. It's still the rule is still in effect, by the way. And we were dancing as Earth, Wind and Fire, right? I was told by the ushers, guy here, sit down. I said, no, make me. But he was kind of strange. You know why?
So if Taylor Swift comes here, then how?
That's the thing. I didn't go for that. To be fair, I went for the one for U2 National Stadium where Taylor Swift was to perform, right? We were getting up, we were doing this. Nobody stopped us, but the people sitting around say, hey, Carol, sit down. And I tell him, shut up, make me sit down. You know what I mean?
But for me, I stand around.
You see, it's not just
Sort of standing, maybe can dance.
these rules have become part and parcel of life, in my opinion, that our people go, hey, cannot do it. Lemon also cannot do it.
They've been, yeah lah.
But and then on top of that, our dear PM, our current PM, actually did say recently, oh, it's okay. I know we're boring, but we are stable, we're practical. Can you please, sir, Prime Minister, do not encourage this? Because when you become that kind boring, you lose some creativity, in my opinion. You lose innovation. You lose the gutsy, risk-taking attitude. You lose all that. And I'm so so disappointed when I sit there and I see these people doing this, and they always have the rules to really fall back on. Just like that dude that comes around here.
You just safety net lah.
Yeah, they got that little safety net and makes them so smug about it, you know? And that's something I can't stand. And I think, yes, I think we have become boring. And then I also think that bar operators today, they go Spotify DJ. They no longer hire even a DJ, right?
Yeah, sorry, why this year?
Yeah, don't even have a DJ. They use Spotify DJs. No kidding.
Everything.
And they're breaking copyright laws, by the way. It's against copyright. You know, playing Spotify on air is for personal consumption only. And I check with Compass about that rule. You don't hire a DJ. You don't even hire a live band. If you hire a live band, you probably hire one guy, two guys. Because I got to pay so much rent, my business is not so good. My point of view is this. If you guys come together, I don't know, Singapore Nightlife Association, whatever, come together and say, guys, let's give this a go. Show the young people what really entertainment is all about. You know, get the musos business as well. Give them work to do. And then we drive it. You know, and show the young ones today, the Gen Zers, look, Zennials, this is what it is. This is what you've missed. Don't miss it anymore. Right? And all the Karens out there, male and female Karens, who come around to try to stop this from happening. I mean, get a life. Stop being eunuchs. You know what I mean? Walking around with your balls in a jar. Wake up. I really think it's really sad. Singapore used to be, when you were the king, man. My God, Dennis, without you, I think I'd be boring. Okay.
Actually, on Nightlife, something, you see, it's I remember this was 1986. I only started 6 years. Singapore nightlife wasn't like fantastic.
Right.
There was a will.
Mm.
There was a will. Political will.
Yeah.
I was invited. Very interesting. I was invited by the permanent secretary then
Right.
of the then Ministry of Culture
Okay.
to City Hall. The ministry was in City Hall.
Right.
Two other guys was with me.
Right.
One is Jimmy Low of Jasper Production.
Oh.
You remember? He used to bring in Miami sound. Then Donnie Young
Yeah.
he used to bring in Miami sound machine.
Mm.
And me. For some reason, because maybe I make so much noise with Peppermint Park at lunch, I was invited. The main thing is because they wanted to promote entertainment in Singapore.
Right.
I was a young man then. 86, I was probably 30 plus. You know, I didn't know it was a permanent sec until much later. The chair, my first meeting in any government body, I sit down there, I said, what are we talking? Malaysia got just open Putra World Trade Center. I did a concert there at NDV, Putra World Trade Center. Okay. Another city, they got Stadium Nagara. You know what we got? No, they got a badminton hall. How did you promote that like entertainment?
Singapore badminton, the whole one.
I'm blunt enough to talk like that. Those days I don't know how to be scared. You know, I don't know what it is. I said we must at least have an indoor stadium. Then you walk. Hey, by the way, what's your name? You wrote my name down. I called what happened? I don't know. But very fast, once they make the decision, 5 years later, indoor stadium was
Right.
1991.
So political will.
Political will. Hey, that stadium is not simple during that time to create. They got a Japanese architect with this. And political will. And today, there is no regret in that stadium. And now they're thinking of even improving it. They want to take it down and you know. So progress is part and parcel of progress.
Yeah, but not just for international stars coming in, but concerts about for our people.
So if you listen, the reason I'm very clear, I was a show promoter. I brought many B-list acts.
Right.
The A-list like Michael Jackson, Eric Clapton, 2 other companies they bid for it, but I don't want to go into the bidding process. So that's 4 out of the A-list, B-list I take. I did Air Supply 3 times.
Right.
I did Tinkerbird, I did John Denver.
Right.
These are all the concerts.
Right.
And many style many also B's. But the thing about this what do you call that?
Political will.
Sorry?
Political will.
Political will. You know, today we are counting on this.
Right.
The reason, you know why the Taylor Swift, the Coldplay, they are coming here? As a former promoters, I understand why. Because in Singapore, they can command the best dollar.
Right.
People are willing to pay.
Right.
Because Singapore set the tone, not shift. That's why the ticket price, net, the whole concert, they will reap the most
For sure.
from this region in Singapore.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're not because they like you or whatever. It's all about money.
Yeah.
So simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But the thing is, the moment all your other parts fall out and you do not have the tourism attraction to because it's a region they're bringing in, not just Singapore. Singaporeans alone cannot sustain all these concerts.
The ecosystem must be stable.
Yeah. So how do you do it? So if your attractions and your other thing is not strong enough,
Yeah. To keep these people entertained, our tourists. Yeah.
our tourists entertain,
Yeah.
then you have an issue even to this.
Right.
I already talked about BT Mice
Right.
earlier on. Now I'm talking about concerts, which they are priding themselves with now.
Yeah.
But don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is your ecosystem, like you say.
Right.
The vibrancy culture must be there.
Mm.
So that there is this. But of course in Singapore, no city can do it better than us. Because we are small enough, so strong enough to regulate.
Right.
And if you can do this, win-win both sides.
Yeah.
And everybody will have the expectation to come here. You don't expect bang, bang, bang like you're going to have an earthquake kind of bang to complain, you know. But I'm trying to say that you will have a bit of sound and you take it as part and parcel of this. Then that will be okay. And we can
about DNA. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So if you really be quiet, then you go rent this place
Right.
around something with music, you rent somewhere else. Where there's like, when you go inside Turok Crown, L, K, nothing like. Why don't you take East Coast Road, Main Road? But at night, if this place thrive, as a F&B outlet, you'll be walking out with a few drinks, you'll murmur and talk, then will that be an issue?
Yeah.
It will be an issue, never mind the music. So everything can be an issue. I mean, so end of the day is what you want.
Right.
A vibrant Singapore is better or not.
Yeah.
If it is better, then you must accommodate certain parts of it.
Yeah, because currently right now we are not vibrant Singapore, we are boring Singapore.
I wouldn't say that. We are about to be.
It's okay like Dennis. I
Still got chance.
You're very
We're dying.
Everybody is telling me that. Well, I always think a positive thing.
Well, but it shows you the sentiment on the ground. This is what it is.
Everybody tells me.
Yeah, see, everyone's sentiment's the same. Right? It's sad, right? Okay, hang on.
Number the life.
Okay, I gotta say this. Wait, how long have we been? Have we been on? Okay, so this is where we have to say goodbye because this is gonna be a two-parter. I'm pretty sure, right, Kai?
I want to say.
Okay. Can you seriously have you?
Subject proper.
No, this wasn't subject proper. You did say everything you wanted to say.
No, I am not. But so much to say. We meet for.
Many years of experience. Not within 1 hour, no.
We did talk about revival as well.
Not deep enough.
Not deep enough.
How to revive? That is the question, my friend.
Okay, let's end with that, shall we? Do you need to go take a leak?
Yes.
Please go take a leak.
Okay.
Take a break, then we talk.
I need to pee.
And thank you everyone for your patience because we had to take a little pee break. As you can tell, we're in Mel's place. And what do we have at Mel's place? We have a little bit of adult beverages that makes us want to go pee. And we're back. And we're back only for the next 5 minutes or so because I would like to listen to what Mr. Dennis Foo has to say about what we need here in Singapore to revitalize, to revive this ailing animal called nightlife. Dennis, over to you.
Okay, I've been hearing the word revitalizing. Everybody is using in print revitalizing.
Okay.
You know, revitalizing is one way to look at it. That means there's something there, you bring it up.
Right.
Today, what I'm hearing everywhere, including from you, Rosy, that nightlife is dead.
Right.
So revitalizing something that is dead is not appropriate. What is revive? It's like CPR, you know?
Yeah. Resuscitate that best. Let's give it mouth to mouth.
No, but I'm serious about this because the numbers don't lie.
Yes, sir.
And everybody I speak to, including you today, you know, only and you are in the business, you know, for too many years already. It's revive. To revive is more difficult than to revitalize. Revitalize, if there's something there, we make it to bloom.
Yeah.
If the thing is almost gone,
Yeah.
then it's revive.
Right.
To revive is more difficult than revitalize.
Yeah.
In that sense.
Yeah.
To revive nightlife today in Singapore, you need what I use the term dissectomy. It's not so simple as just to do a few things, you know, that you can revive,
Right.
revitalize.
Right.
To revive nightlife, the fundamentals must be there.
Okay.
In this new world, where we see so many obstacles,
Okay.
first you have the 4 things I said. After midnight, private transport issue, the cost. No appealing concepts is another one. And that is a result of lack of market. Hence, there is no people, even if there's a passion, they would want to go into something because a good concept costs money.
There's got to be supply, basically. There's got to be supply. A good,
Yeah.
decent supply.
So everything will start with demand.
Right.
You can change the rules, we can extend the hours, but these are all, to me, still piecemeal. So if you go to the fundamental, you must look at the demand side of the equation first. What I call latent demand.
Okay.
When I started, I didn't know this. There was a latent demand. It's there. So when you create something, this demand surfaced.
Right.
And they respond.
Right.
And that became a business. And that tribe, that triggered a series of other people, like-minded people, who also go into this business. And then the industry grew.
Right.
And then there was a point where government believed that this is a contributor. Whether it is to kind of distress the populace or to attract, create another layer to attract tourists. Whatever the reason, they were committed to it. That's why we saw indoor stadium in 1991.
Right.
You know? And today you need the same commitment. But the premise, the prerequisite must be, what can nightlife do to Singapore positively? Okay, I have the answer. The answer, it can do a lot if you do it well.
Okay.
You must do it well. And basically, the word vibrancy surfaces all the time.
Right.
Without a good nightlife industry, which I already say, it support the F&B.
Right.
Okay, it reinforce even retail potential.
Right.
Well, I want to say this so that in one stroke, I can kind of express. Okay, I sent a note to one of political office holder. I read this. Hope our meeting went well and that our ideas will help to revive Singapore's nightlife and in turn contribute to our overall tourism, strengthen our F&B sector, reinforce our retail trade, bring more room nights to the hotel, draw more visitors in the day and at night to our attractions, complement our BT MICE events, create sell-out international concerts and events, and make Singapore a must-visit cosmopolitan metropolis, a global city to work, live, and play. If this is compelling enough, then we should do something about it. This is the equation.
Hell yeah.
So you must understand why you need to do. Yeah. This is the reason I've done that.
Right.
Okay.
And it makes a lot of sense, Dennis.
Right?
Yeah.
So once the course, as in CAUSE, is established, then the way forward, and there are so many ways forward, is whether we have the political will to do.
So it still boils down to that, huh?
Yeah, simple. I mean, it's not difficult. We look at but if it's compelling enough, then do it. And Singapore can do it. I also share with you one thing.
Yes.
All over the world, one of the things is young people are not going out.
Yeah.
All over the world, not Singapore problem.
Right.
But tourists are traveling.
Right.
Most of the tourists, I'm probably not wrong here, belong to Gen X and Gen Y.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you agree?
Yes. They have the means and the opportunity.
It means and they are at the age of travel.
Right.
And they are here. If you do a study, the demographic will review that.
Right.
For tourists.
Right.
And these people are here in Singapore.
Right.
And you have something like that for them. Let's say a zone.
Right.
Where there is all this entertainment,
Right.
nightlife.
Right.
They don't have to go back to their room after convention.
Yeah.
They don't have to go back to their room after sightseeing dinner.
Yeah.
And then they will spread the word around and our tourism will grow.
Yeah.
And or be strengthened or be reinforced or whatever the term you want to use.
Right.
So if tourism can thrive, many other things will fall in place.
Right.
Okay? So basically, and it's not difficult. We spoke earlier on about the noise, pollution, and all this all over Singapore. All over certain areas, especially near residents. A nightlife zone may not be in this kind, where you have these amenities and we trigger a lot of complaints. But once you establish that, then other precincts will also pick it up.
Right.
You understand? The culture is established.
Yes, exactly.
You
Because
understand what
one of
I'm
our
saying?
DNA.
And then they will not. And then the local, can you imagine the local will have a reason to go out.
Yep.
And then tourists, they not just visit entertainment zone, they all want to try other Singapore places. And then that's Singapore, a global city, a cosmopolitan metropolis our forefathers envisioned it to be.
Final question I'd like to ask both of you is open to the floor, yeah? Dennis mentioned succinctly about political will. Do you personally believe that there will be a political will for this to take off and for nightlife to be revived? Do you think?
Or change has to happen.
What kind of change?
The government, I would say.
Yeah, so would there be a political will, in your opinion?
I tell you what.
Yeah.
This one, it's a very sensitive word today. And I believe anything for the betterment of Singapore.
Yeah.
They will want to do a study of
Right.
start with a study. Once the study is there, and there will be pros and cons,
Right.
and if the pros overwhelm the cons, then you create system to address the cons
Right.
and promote the pros.
Okay. I'd like to thank the both of you for being on the show. Thank you for being on my season premiere.
Thank you.
And thank you so very much to the both of you for always holding up music, at least where I am sitting here for this country, and bringing music to another level. And for still believing, Rosy, that having bands up there.
Don't stop believing.
Oh, yeah. And what are they feeling?
A lot of things is like a cake. We already created the cake. And even add cream on top of the cake.
Number 2 fight.
Now one really is a cherry on top of the tea to make it a thing.
Why did I think of fudge? Why the hell did I think of cherry? The icing on the cake, put a cherry on top. Well, thank you so very much. And again, thank you for really holding up music and night scene in Singapore. Really, I'm heartened, and I will continue in my own little tiny itsy bitsy way to, continue the fight, especially for our local musos and our local performers and entertainers, of whom I really have a heart for. Yeah. And to all Singaporeans out there, we used to have this DNA in our blood. Yeah. It flows so freely in our bloodstream. And that's about music and having a great time. And it's not sinful to do that. It is not about being drunk and disorderly. It is not about dance. When you dance, it's disorderly. That's crazy. So let's get it all back. Let's have a life. Let's have a nightlife. Thank you for watching the first episode for season 6, a season premiere of the Chris Henson Conversation. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a hell of a long one. But I will see you again next week when we come back. I'll have Corpo, KP, in studio and in CCTV. I will do that, Dennis. And this is Chris Henson. Stay safe, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.
The Chris Henson Conversation. Real talk, no filters. And a growing community of more than 80,000 subscribers across ASEAN, right here from Singapore.